Hey, welcome back, everyone. It's me, Mr. Nintendo, Mr. 4K. So, I've been thinking about this regarding Nintendo Online and Nintendo expansion pack. Now, you need a Nintendo Online membership to be able to play multiplayer games. But if you want to play their classics games from their 40 years, plus generations of consoles and games, then you will need, of course, an expansion pack. So let's talk about the expansion pack. How much is the expansion pack? Expansion pack depends on what kind of expansion pack would you like to get. Individual or family. Individual is the one that's $50. Family one is, I believe, $65. And it's a year. You pay it for 12 months for a year. I think it's worth it. I'm just going to say right out the gate, I personally think it's worth it because it's you pay it for a year and you're good, And think about what you're getting. Now, this will depend on what you're looking for. If you're somebody who's my age and you have this nostalgia for the old classic Nintendo games, then yeah, absolutely, $50 a year or even $65 a year for the family pack. Don't quote me on that. I think on that, I think it's 65 for the family plan. I still believe it's worth it. And here, let's just look at it, huh? Let's go through it. Let's first look at Nintendo GameCube. Nintendo GameCube right now has Luigi's Mansion. This is a classic Luigi Mansion game. All right, and it's a classic. This is a classic. All right, so Luigi's Mansion, certainly it's worth it. Okay, here I'll play a little trailer for you so you can see it, refresh your memory, right? This game still stands out. It really hasn't aged that much since 2001. Honestly, still looks great. But you also have to remember how awesome this looked in 2001 when the GameCube was released. This was cutting edge technology, guys. This was cutting edge technology 25 years ago. This was cutting edge technology. Then, of course, we have Legend of Zelda, Wind Waker. Come on. Just Legend of Zelda, Wind Waker, it's certainly worth the price of the admission on top of Luigi's Mansion. But then again, what's value to me might not be value to you. So I'm speaking from my perspective. If you're somebody like me and you have this nostalgia for these old classic games, then absolutely expansion pack, without a doubt, sure. People need to remember when this first came out, man. These graphics were this was groundbreaking 25 years ago. I know it might be difficult to believe that now, but 25 years ago, this was magical. Then we got F-Zero GX. F-Zero GX was revolutionary. Now, if you're somebody who's looking for a next generation F-Zero GX, then I recommend buying Fast Fusion. Fast Fusion, it's very similar to F-Zero GX. It's just with more advanced next generation graphics, and it's only $14.99. It's only $14.99. It's a pretty good deal. So let's kind of refresh our memory. Let's kind of go through it. It still looks great. still looks great. This still looks great, dude. I know the video is not the best quality, but even with a fuzzy video quality, it still looks great. You guys need to check out Fast Fusion. Trust me. And it's only $14.99. It's only on Nintendo Switch 2. Let's look at some of these photos. Yo, this still looks amazing. It's amazing how some of these Nintendo games, they haven't aged not one bit. Especially GameCube. GameCube, let me tell you something. I think GameCube will go down in history as the most underrated. And I get it. There was the Xbox that came out with Halo. There was PlayStation 2. We still had a little bit of Dreamcast, whatever honeymoon phase was left of that. What I mean by honeymoon phase, from 1999 through 2000, and then a little bit of 2000. At 2001, I think I still had my Dreamcast, even in 2001. But I had to, sell it afterwards. I regret selling it. I do. I regret selling it. Look, man, this still looks great. People need to understand, 25 years ago, this was remarkable. This was remarkable. And still looks remarkable. So what else do we have? Of course, Soul Calibur 2. Soul Calibur 2. Are you kidding me? Play as Link. Yeah. Oh my god, I played Soul Calibur 2 so much. I remember playing Soul Calibur 2 on the Gamecube. And I also remember playing the Resident Evil game. The remake was fantastic. I think they call it Resident Evil Biohazard or something like that. Or Resident Evil Zero. I think it was called Resident Evil Zero. Look at these graphics, man. They still look great. Like I said, GameCube, it was a very underrated console. Remember Twin Snakes? Please bring the Twin Snakes, Metal Gear. Oh, you know what? If they bring Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes on the expansion pack, oh my god. Nintendo. Oh my god. Oh my god. Seriously. I mean, if Nintendo, if you ever decide to make a deal with Konami and bring Twin Snakes, Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes, I'm telling you right now, to me that's like, you can't go wrong. But look at these graphics. They still look great. Still looks fantastic. Super Mario Striker. Super Mario Striker looks phenomenal. Still looks phenomenal. I mean, look at these graphics, man. I tell you what. The more I look at like some of these older Nintendo games, the more I realize how ahead of its time these games were. Seriously, they were way ahead of its time. In terms of graphics, man, this was cutting edge technology back then. I know it might be difficult for some of you to understand because it's 25 years ago. It's a long time ago, 25 years ago. But you have to understand, this was cutting edge technology. So this is Nintendo GameCube, and you're getting some pretty good amount of games here on the GameCube. This is just a GameCube. So this is just a GameCube, right? Let's look at the Game Boy Advance. So you got Game Boy Advance. You got F-Zero, maximum velocity, looks amazing. Look, I think expansion pack, it's certainly worth it. For a guy like me, or for a guy like you, or for a lady like you, if some of you ladies out there who are my age, this is like nostalgia, big time nostalgia. So what I'm trying to do here on this video, I'm trying to kind of make my point that it is worth it if you have nostalgia for, you know, Nintendo classic games. Certainly it's worth it. So this is Game Boy Advance. Game Boy Advance was really advanced. It was for 2001, man. This is advanced graphics. You have to understand, man. This was to be able to play something like this in 2001 on a handheld was pretty advanced. Okay. But you know what? It still looks good. Even right now, man. 25 years later, it still looks great. Let's see what else we have. Mario Kart Super Circuit. I remember this Mario Kart Super Circuit. Oh God, man. They have Mario Kart Super Circuit. Are you kidding me? Nice. Yo, this brings back memory. This brings back memory. All of these games. So once again, it really depends on you guys. You know, do you still have nostalgia? Are you nostalgic about these old classic games? I certainly am. You know, I certainly am. Wow. Let's see. What is this? Metroid Fusion. Oh my God. Yo, look at these games, man. Are you kidding me? Metroid Fusion. Yo, these are some of the top of the line. Like, see, they're giving you a quality, not just a quantity. See, that's what I like about Nintendo. They're not just giving you quantity. They're giving you a quality, and I appreciate that they're giving you a quality. Let's look at the video. They're giving you a quality. Are we going to see Nintendo 3D, 3DS? Nintendo 3DS games? Well, you won't be able to have a 3D. Here's the thing. I'm sure they can bring Nintendo 3DS and Nintendo 3DS XL games, but you just have to remember you're not going to be able to play them in 3D. You know. So, yeah, I'm sure they will be able to bring those games, but you have to remember you won't be able to play them in 3D. But 3D was always an optional thing. Honestly, you know, if you want to. I found myself sometimes not even using the 3D effect. You know, there's a little scroller. You move it up and down. Sometimes I didn't even find myself using that 3D effect. Maybe on certain games like Star Fox and Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. But yeah, they can bring Nintendo 3DS games. Sure. I said bring it all. Bring all of it. Bring everything. Nintendo 3DS for sure. Bring it. Bring everything. Let's see what else we have. Super Mario World. Yo, they got Super Mario World. Nice. Super Mario Advance. You know, it'll take forever if we go through all of these games. But let me just go through some of the good ones. Yo, look at this. Just this alone, it's worth it. Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. Yo, you already have Wind Waker on the Gamecube. You already got A Link to the Past on the Game Boy Advance. And you already have Ocarina of Time. Is it Ocarina in Time? I'm sorry, Ocarina in Time. Legend of Zelda on Nintendo 64. You got Majora's Mask. You know, The only thing that's missing is Breath of the Wild, you know. But you can buy Breath of the Wild on Nintendo Switch 2, or you can just buy the Switch version and get a free upgrade from, you know, expansion pack. You can do that. So that's Zelda. What else we have? Super Mario Brothers 3. Fire Emblem. I remember this. Fire Emblem. Yo, these are some great games right here. F-Zero, GP Legend. I can already tell you this is worth $50 a year. Easily. Easily. Easily worth it. Absolutely. You have to keep something in mind. They keep adding more games. You know, like I said, there's a possibility we might see Nintendo 3DS games. We might see Wii U games. We might see the V games. People say, how are you going to use the Wii games? Dude, you already got the motion gyroscope controllers. Yeah. You'll be able to use V games, no problem. Nintendo 3DS games, you'll be able to use those as well. But you're not going to have a 3D effect. But you'll be able to play all those 3DS XL games or Nintendo 3DS Lite. I think they had a Nintendo 3DS XL. They had actually 3 different versions. Nintendo 3DS, Nintendo 3DS XL, and Nintendo 3DS Lite, I believe. So the Lite version didn't have 3D. 3DS did. 3DS XL, of course, did, which is a bigger screen. But yeah, they can bring all of those games. Nintendo 3DS, Nintendo 3D S Lite. They could bring Nintendo 3DS XL. You know, those handheld flip-flop, little handhelds. They can bring those games. They can bring Wii U, V, all of it. Nintendo 3DS XL, Nintendo 3DS, Nintendo 3DS Lite, Wii U, V, everything. They can bring everything. Sure. Put it on the cloud. Look, we got another Zelda, bro. Look at this. Legend of Zelda, the Minish Cap. The Minish Cap, bro. The Legend of Zelda, the Minish Cap. Dude, you got all the Zeldas you need. The only thing that's missing, it's obviously Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. But I already have Tears of the Kingdom. And the Breath of the Wild, you can buy it cheap on the Switch 1 version and then just upgrade the Switch 1 version of Breath of the Wild to Nintendo Switch 2. Oh man, there's so many cool games. Look at this. Game Boy Advance, F-Zero Climax. They got F-Zero Climax as well. They have so many F-Zeros. Nice. This is just a Game Boy Advance, bro. And they got Metroid Zero Mission as well. Metroid Zero Mission. I can already tell you, expansion pack is certainly worth it. Just this 19 minutes of me showing you GameCube and Game Boy Advance, it's already worth it. Keep in mind you can also play this on your handheld, which makes it even more fun. Yeah. And is that a Kirby? Hold on. Where's the Kirby? I saw Kirby somewhere. Where's Kirby? Kirby, Kirby. I've seen Kirby somewhere, but where is it? I don't know. Oh, there it is. Kirby, Kirby. The Amazing Mirror. There's Kirby, the Amazing Mirror. It's a 2D platformer, but you have to remember this is Game Boy Advance. 25 years ago, on a handheld, to be able to play something like this in the palm of your hands was remarkable. It wasn't until, of course, PSP, PlayStation Portable, came in 2004. Kind of changed that a little bit. But even with the PlayStation Portable, Nintendo 3DS and Nintendo 3DS XL was still dominating. You know, Nintendo was dominating no matter what. Let's see. Oh my God, so many games. And we have Nintendo 64 games, Pilot Wings 64, Super Mario 64. Look at all these games. F-Zero X, Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. One of my favorites, Ocarina of Time. I think I have all of... If I get this expansion pack, I will have all of the Zelda games except one. Breath of the Wild. So I would just need the Breath of the Wild. And that's it. I would have all of them. And then I could play all of them. Revisit every single one of them and just play them. Oh, I cannot tell you how many times I got stuck here on this level. And then you got, of course, Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask. On top of that, you got Majora's Mask. You know, I think you guys are getting to my point. Why I believe that expansion pack is worth it. And I know the majority of you will agree. I don't think... If you own a Nintendo, I don't think anyone will disagree with me that it's not worth it, honestly. But then again, I don't know. Maybe you don't care much about these old classics. But here's what I'm going to say. Those of you who are nostalgic for these old classic games, I think you will agree that it's worth it. I think you will agree that it's worth it. If you're someone who's my age, and you are, you know, having that nostalgia for these old classic Nintendo games, I think expansion pack certainly is worth it. You know, did I forgot to mention you also get a free upgrade for your Tears of the Kingdom, and Breath of the Wild. Means you get a HDR and upscale to 4K with better, sharper rendered graphics, right? So it's definitely worth it. I mean, look at all of these games, dude. And we're just... Hold on. Look at all of these games, man. We're not even scratching the surface yet. Then Super Nintendo on top of that, man. Super Nintendo. Look at all these games on Super Nintendo. Legend of Zelda and A Link to the Past, Super Nintendo. I mean, it's Star Fox, right? Absolutely, this is worth it. Then you got Game Boy, Nintendo Classics, you know. Yeah. And then you got Nintendo Entertainment System. Yes. I think it's worth it. I think it is. There's no question about it. In my opinion, Nintendo Classics. certainly worth it in my opinion. Um, there's no question. This is just a GameCube. Yeah. And they're just picking the most famous GameCube games. And believe me, there's more. There's more famous GameCube games. And there will be more. Now they have 4, including Luigi's Mansion. But believe me, there's more coming.
Upgrade your adventures in Hyrule on the Nintendo Switch 2 system. The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom games will both have Nintendo Switch 2 editions. Jump back into the adventure, now with enhanced resolution and frame rates.
There you go. And this is included with the
They
expansion
both
pack.
support HDR, which makes the image more vibrant, and they have smoother, higher definition graphics.
Definitely worth it.
Plus, the load times when warping are much faster, helping you explore Hyrule with ease.
This is Breath of the Wild. See how faster it is, Breath of the Wild.
If you already own the Nintendo Switch games, your save data can be carried over. On top of that, you can now create 2 manual save data files, so feel free to start a new game without worrying about losing your old data.
Nice.
And introducing Zelda Notes, a new feature that can help you get even more out of your adventures in Hyrule. It's a game-specific service found in the Nintendo Switch app on smart devices that's exclusive to the Switch.
Nice. So this is Nintendo 64. Nintendo 64 games. Game Boy Advance. Oh, so yeah, I mean, look, there's no question about it. In my opinion, there's no question about it. Expansion pack, it's certainly worth it. That's my opinion in this 28-minute video. And again, I'm not even scratching the surface on what's available. I think expansion pack, certainly you get a lot of value if you're somebody who has a nostalgia for these old classic Nintendo games, including Nintendo 64, of course, and GameCube and Game Boy Advance and SNES, NES, and the original Game Boy. And of course, there will be more games. There will be more GameCube games being added. There's a possibility of VU being included. There's a possibility of V and VU. And who knows, Nintendo 3DS XL, Nintendo 3DS games. Of course, there won't be any 3D effect. You know, you won't be able to watch it play it in 3D, meaning with a 3D effect. But you'll be able to play the games without the 3D effect nonetheless. So that's also possible as well. There's no question about it. Expansion. Plus, with the expansion pack, you get an enhanced upgrade for Nintendo Switch 2 of Tears of Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. And definitely, it's worth it. There's no question about it. But anyway, you guys let me know. What do you think? Is it worth it? To me, I think it is. You know, I think the price is justified for the whole year. I think you certainly get a lot of value here, a lot of games to play for what you're paying. You know, keep in mind they keep add more games and more games. So that's my opinion. I think it's worth it. All right. Well, you guys let me know. What do you think? What are your thoughts on this? I think it's worth it, but it's just my opinion, you know, because I have a nostalgia for these classic classic Nintendo games. Okay. Thank you for watching. And as always, I appreciate you guys supporting this channel. I appreciate you subscribing, sharing, leaving the comments, and liking the videos. I'm trying to, you know, reach that algorithm of Nintendo, right? So slowly but surely, I'm trying to reach that Nintendo algorithm. I think little by little, I think I will reach that Nintendo algorithm. It'll take a while. It'll take a while, but you know, I think eventually I will reach that algorithm, and you know, that's one of the main reasons why there's so many videos you see every day, and there will be more videos coming later on tonight with Kirby's Air Riders. But that's one of the reasons why you see so many videos, because I'm trying to reach that algorithm. You know how difficult it is on YouTube to reach that algorithm, you know. But you know, slowly but surely, man. You I just keep pushing through, and with your help, I'm pretty sure we'll push through and reach that algorithm, you know. So that's my mission, to reach the algorithm, and keep on pushing through, you know. So thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you guys very much. As you all know, I try to, you know, bring to you guys as many videos as possible, and I try to make these videos as detailed as possible. You know, I don't like short videos. I like longer videos, because the longer videos can actually give you the ability to express yourself and express how you feel about the product and how you feel about the game. It's hard to do that on a short video, heavily edited short video, you know, and it just looks generic. It doesn't look sincere. So I prefer to like do these videos a little bit longer, you know. Anyway, thank you for watching, and happy holidays. I'll see you on the next video.